feel like you're being watched. Yeah, me too. It's weird. So what's got you so down today?
Dad, I got in trouble at school today.
Uh-oh, what happened?
Well, we were on the playground at recess, and there was a big group of us all together. And one of the boys wanted to jump over the neighbor or farmer's field and chuck rocks at the cow.
Oh, yeah, that fence is right near to the school. Those pals over there? Yeah, so you gave into peer pressure, huh?
When I was halfway up on the fence, the school monitor caught me, and now I watch the recess privileges for the rest of the week.
Lost your recess privileges for a whole week? Man, that is no fun. But I'll tell you what, Heath. There's consequences for doing bad. You shouldn't have been going along with those other boys.
I know that now, but at the time I thought so many of them saying do it, and only one of you say not to.
Yeah, I understand, son. I've been there myself. I've been there where it feels like everyone's against you. And you got to make a decision. You know what? It reminds me of a story, though. There's a story in the Bible, right here in the book of Judges, is what I'm going to share with you tonight. It is a story about a man named Gideon. Now, Gideon had to face this army. And he was only allowed to take 300 men with him. And you know what? The army was so big, the Bible says you couldn't even count them. You know, like sometimes you look out and it seems like there's hundreds of people watching you. Can you imagine what Gideon felt like? He looked out there and there's tens and hundreds of thousands of people looking on. There's another army that he had to fight. And God said, you know what, Gideon? You cannot take a sword. He said, Gideon, all you can take is like a clay pitcher. A pitcher with a candle in it. So they take their pitchers with the candles in them, and they go out to face this ginormous army. And as they get down there, and they're facing a sea of an army, a sea of men, millions maybe even of men down there. God said, I want you to take those pitchers and break them. So that's what they did. They broke the pitchers, and then the light went out from the, and all of a sudden, those men, like in this giant, massive army, it was nighttime. They're like, what's going on? They started jumping up and down. Everyone started grabbing their swords. You know what they started doing? They started fighting one another. They started killing one another, killing the other people in their camp. And by the time Gideon got there, Gideon takes his men to 300. He marches down to where the battle is. By the time he got there, all the men had killed one another. Can you imagine such a thing? God, that day, gave through Gideon and his obedience a great, great victory.
It's such a great thing. Oh. Here, I'll tell you the whole story. We gotta get this cleaned up. I'll tell you the whole story. You want these torches out? Yeah, we don't need these. We gotta get these people cleaned up. But it started actually several weeks ago. I I was out at the threshing floor, and I was working, and I was actually working at night because there were enemy armies, and they were out surrounding us, and I was scared. And so this night I'm out working, and then the angel of the Lord appears unto me, and you know what he says? He says, Gideon, thou mighty man of valor. And I was like, what? I'm not a mighty man of valor. I'm working at nighttime because I'm afraid. I'm not a mighty man of valor. And you know what he told me to do? He told me to go and tear down the altar of Baal. He told me to tear down the altar of Baal. And so I got my father's bulls, the big strong animals. But again, I went at nighttime because I was scared. I was like, these people are going to kill me. And I couldn't do it. I didn't know what to do. And so I was like, okay, God, I'll obey you. But I went at night. At night, I hooked up these chains to this altar of Baal. And the bulls dragged it to the ground. And the next morning, the people got up and they were scared. And they were so mad. I was so scared. I thought for sure I'd seen my last day. I thought for sure that I would die that day because the people were so mad. And then they took my father was with them. They told my father, like, get your son, for we're going to kill him today. And my father didn't know what to do. He didn't want to kill me. But I had destroyed their altar. I destroyed their idol Baal. And you know what my father said? He said to them, if Baal was so powerful, why did he not defend himself? And the people didn't have anything to say. So they went off. And then God came back to me and he gave me some more instructions. And I'll keep telling, let's get this one out of here. And then I'll tell you some more of the story. So the next instructions that God gave me was that he wanted me to go and he wanted me to fight these armies that were around us. And honestly, I didn't believe, I wanted proof. I was like, God, there's so many soldiers and their armies are so big. I can't fight them. So what I asked God to do was to prove himself. And so I asked God, I said, God, I'm going to put a sheepskin out. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to check that sheepskin. I want all the ground around it to be dry, and I want the sheepskin to be soaking wet. And so that morning, I barely slept that night. I lie there awake, thinking, I'm like, God, are you really asking me, a coward, someone who's scared, to bring a victory? Are you asking me to go and fight this great army? And so that night, I lay there awake. And then I didn't sleep much, but I got up early that morning and I went outside and I touched the ground. And it was dry. I took several paces, I went wide around looking and it was all dry. And then finally, I went over to the sheepskin. And I was anxious, I was scared. I don't even know what I expected to find. I reached down, I picked it up, and it was soaking wet. I could wring out buckets of water.
It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't, right? And so I was like, all right, God, you've proven yourself again. You protected me with the idol of Baal. But God, I just need a little bit more proof. And so I was like, all right, God, tonight I'm going to put the sheepskin out again. And tonight I want you to make the ground all around it be soaking wet. But I want the sheepskin to be dry. So that night I put it out. I was tired. I worked all day and I didn't sleep much the night before. But again, I couldn't sleep. Needless to say, early the next morning I got up, I walked outside. And honestly, I was hoping it wouldn't be the way I'd asked because I didn't want to have to fight this army. I didn't know how we could win. It's not possible. But I walk outside and I step out and I could feel the dew on my feet. And as I paced around the grass, my feet got soaking wet.
How is this possible?
You're right. And then I walk up to the sheepskin and hoping to find it soaking wet, I reached down and it was completely dry. So again, I was like, God, all right, you've proven yourself. You've proven yourself, God. What do you want me to do? And he told me to call the armies together. So I sent word out and started gathering the people. And you know what? We had about 33,000 soldiers. I was like, okay, that's pretty exciting. We can do something with 33,000. Now, we were versing over 100,000 people. Some have guesstimated over 120,000 even. And so it's already like 4-1. And you know what God did? He started to take my army away. I was like, God, we're already outnumbered. Why would you take my soldiers? How are we going to get a victory with no soldiers? But here, Help me get this one out. And I'll keep telling you what God did. And so, what happened was, I gathered the 33,000, and we're all together. And God tells me, He's like, tell the people, if you are scared, go home. And now listen, we're outnumbered. Victory seems impossible. Of course people were scared. I didn't want to tell them that because I thought everyone would leave, of course. So I announced to the people, soldiers, those of you who fear for your lives, go home to your families. There will be no shame upon you. This is what God has commanded, and I gave the message. We went from 33,000 to 10,000. My heart dropped. I was like, God, was it not enough that we were already so outnumbered? Did we really need to lose 20-some thousand soldiers? And you know what God said? He said, there's too many, Gideon. There's still too many. And I was like, I was scared. And God told me, He said, take them down to the brook and get some water. And He gave me instructions that when we go down to the water, He said, those that go down and lap upon the ground, they would bring their face to the water and drink. Right! They were to go home. And those that cup the water and they bring it to their mouth, those were to stay and fight. And so they go, okay, God, if that's what you would like me to do. So I told the soldiers that were left, the 10,000, I was like, let's go to the brook. And we go down there and we start to drink. And so many soldiers put their face to the water like an animal. I was terrible. I wanted to leave. I wanted to go.
How many were left, Gideon? Tell me.
After we drank the water, we went from 10,000 to 300. 300, that's it. How can 300 people beat hundreds of thousands of soldiers? It's impossible. But you know what? God gave me special instruction. He said, I want you to take your torches. And I want you to put them in the jars. And He said, take your trumpets and go down to the enemy camp. And that's what we just did. We came down here. And God told us to break off into 3 bands. And so 100 went that way. And 100 went that way. And we came this way. And we all waited for the sign. And as soon as God told us, we smashed our jars to the ground. And we lit our torches and let the flame be seen. And we blew our trumpets. And all of a sudden, the camp, they woke up in a terrifying fear and started killing each other. Can you believe it? God gave a great victory over so many people, and we did not even have to fight a single one. What a victory!
The stories you're telling, your God is very real.
Oh, He is real, and He's proven Himself. Because again, it all started with that mighty man of valor, and I thought, no, I'm a coward, I'm scared. But yet God can bring a great victory over a great army. Now, we must find the rest of our soldiers. Where are they?
Over here, Gideon.
Ah, this way, thank you. Let's find our soldiers.
That's right, son. It's right here in the Bible. He certainly did. Gideon is a fantastic story to remember because it shows us a lesson that victory can be won even when we're outnumbered, even when all the odds seem like they're against us. God can overcome great barriers in our life and give us victory because it's all about Him. When it feels like we're all alone, He's right there with us.
You mean like that, how I felt compared to the other boys in the playground?
Yes, son, because peer pressure is real. Everyone has to deal with it. You'll deal with it for the rest of your life. Listen, even me as a pastor, I've got to make decisions that are not always popular. Not everyone agrees with me all the time, but I just need to make sure I'm doing God's will. That's what's important, even when it's tough.
I never thought about it that way. I think it's since you and Mom were grown up, you never had to deal with things like that.
Well, of course we do. Listen, you're going to deal with peer pressure, son, for the rest of your life. You'll learn to grow, and you'll also learn that what is popular is not always what is right. But you're also going to learn what is right is not always what is possible. What is right is what's always popular. Not everyone's going to agree when you do the right thing. There's all different opinions out there that folks have. But when you're worried, what you need to do is ask God what it is that He would like for you to do. The most important thing is that you follow God.
Thanks, Dad. That really helped me. Now I know that when God is on my side, I'm never outnumbered.
That's right, son. With God on your side, you always have a majority. Now, you know what? It's time to go to bed. It's been a long week. I think you've got VBS one more day tomorrow, isn't there? You know what? I think tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken, there is a great big fair. There's going to be bounce houses and ice cream and cotton candy and all kinds of things. So you want to make sure that you're rested so you can have a good time tomorrow. I love you, son. Good night.
I love you too, Dad. Good night. I love you too, Dad.